Hi, I'm Kathy and welcome to my channel, Kathy's Creations. This is my first video, so bear with me. I'm new at this, and if anyone has any suggestions on how I can improve my videos, please let me know down in the comment section. And mainly I am an artist and a crafter, and I have been watching everyone else's videos, and I thought I would get on the bandwagon and do the same thing. I like the process videos where people teach you their style and their the things that they do, and I thought I would share what I know and kind of show what I've been doing. First of all, this is my little art room, and right now it looks very organized. Here's a kind of a quick view of it. I have nice cabinets and they're all labeled and everything, and my table where I do my artwork. And let me tell you, that's not what it looked like a few weeks ago. It looked like an episode of Hoarders. And if I can figure out how to do it in the edit, I have some still photos I took when it was at pretty much its worst. But just quickly, in this video, I'd like to just kind of share the kinds of things that I do. I'm basically mixed media artist, and I love paper dolls. I love paper crafts. Used to do scrapbooking, but not so much anymore. And I just recently started messing around with Zentangle, which I find fascinating. And here's an example of something that I have done. And these little leaves here that have made the bird's tail and other feathers, I've cut millions of them. I had a lot of time on my hands, and they're great to do when you're watching TV. And I have made all kinds of different art projects out of them. I've made angels, and I've made trees. Love to do trees. So later on I'll show some of those. This is my first art journal that I ever made. That's me at 2. And just kind of a quick, it's a handmade book. It's got this beautiful paper in it with the fibers, and my sister brought it back from, I don't know, India or someplace like that. She and her husband travel all over the world. They've been to both poles, North Pole and Antarctica. The North Pole was my sister's birthday present when she was 50. Go figure. On a Russian icebreaker. That's a whole story in itself because her luggage got lost before they left. Anyway, this is, just kind of things, thoughts, and ideas, and I mean, just quotes, things that kind of, and I don't know, they're just things that pop up out of me, and I'm like, oh, I think I'll do a page. For example, this one is an example. This is a page of the women that I come from. This is my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my great-great-grandmother. And it's kind of interesting to see the women in my family all together like that. Just kind of general malarkey. I mean, that's a picture of my son, his very first picture. I only have the one, and bless his heart, he's wonderful. And this was taken 44 years ago, almost 45 years, so it's been a long, long time. So, just kind of gives you an example. This one, that's me. I was playing around with my computer, my laptop, and I discovered I could take my own picture. And so I did, and didn't think about it, just took it, and then used the effects and made it look like a watercolor. And I thought it was kind of fun looking, so there it is. But just, you know, fun stuff. And that's just kind of an example of one of the things that I've done. Also, like I said, I have recently begun doing Zentangle. Here's an example. I love drawing gowns. Here's one of a bird on a book page. Here's one, just flowers. Like I said, I love doing gowns. This one was quite fun to do. I love Zentangle because you can do it anywhere, and it's paper and pen or paper and pencil. So if you mess it up, you throw it away, you know, or use it for drop paper. But I mean, it's the kind of thing you can do while you're sitting there at the doctor's office, or you're getting your car serviced, or whatever. And this, for example, this one, I did this while I was getting my car serviced, getting new tires. So, love doing trees. So, butterflies. Okay, what is it with artists, me included? I'm obsessed with fairies and angels and butterflies. And clocks. What is that? I mean, it's like we all are like that. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like in our genes. And hearts. I guess we all like hearts too. But that's okay. And of course, the word peace, my favorite word. Hey, I'm a child of the 60s. What can I say? You know, I'm an old hippie. So, this is kind of an example of collage and Zentangle. This beautiful lady, I Zentangled her hair, and I added fabric bows and little satin ribbons and some lace and a little flower. I thought she turned out really well. Oh, and she's wearing an earring, a real bling earring. And another example of some trees. My hand. Hey, when you run out of shapes, you're like, okay, what do I draw next? Another, what does that say? Faces. And a weird woman. I don't do faces well. I can't do eyes. Okay, she looks very bizarre. What can I say? There's another one. It works out better when their eyes are closed because I don't have to worry about it. And here's another one. Now this lady, she doesn't really have eyes. She just has little slits. But I thought she turned out really well. I loved her dress. And I was inspired by somebody else's artwork and kind of copied. But a boot. Not the kind in the back of the car for the British viewers. This is what's called redacted poetry. I saw it on Pinterest. Oh, Pinterest. If you're not on Pinterest, don't go on Pinterest because it's like being an addict. You get on Pinterest and you're on it for hours and hours and hours and hours. It's addicting, especially if you're into arts and crafts and stuff like that. But this is redacted artwork. You take a book page and you find words that when you read it, it kind of makes sense. This one kind of doesn't make sense, but it was my first try at it. And you circle the words or you highlight them or something. It was kind of fun. I'll do it again someday. A big flower. Big flower. Square-faced lady. I love square-faced lady. I think she's great. This was just messing around. I think it started out as a skirt. And then I kind of quit. Go figure. A heart. Oh, and this lady, her dress is Zentangle paper that I then folded and pleated and everything and made it dimensional. Then I used a ribbon and I put a top on her and a crown, and the face is from a magazine. And then this was graph paper that I just kind of filled in the squares with different colored pens. And she's got ribbon and bling and a flower. But she turned out well. And this little guy, this is Bird. Oh, that's another thing artists are obsessed with, the birds. Birds and butterflies and hey. It's the beautiful things in the world, and artists appreciate beautiful things. Okay, another one of my obsessions is paper dolls. I love paper dolls. I've loved them since I was a small child. I did this one. She is on, these are paper strips that are glued down, and yarn for her hair, and a little bling, and a little feather. So, and in my paper doll book, I have all different kinds of altered paper dolls. I love paper piecing in the background, and I've taken lots of paper dolls and just kind of, you know, done something to them and their outfits. Katie Keene, oh, my favorite paper doll when I was a little girl, and even now, I think she's my favorite. So she's the favorite of old ladies everywhere now because she's from the 50s. I've been sewing since I was 9, although I don't do much of it anymore. I made all my clothes in high school. I made my own wedding gown, and, you know, so been there, done that. Tried quilting. It was okay. So you can kind of see painted background. I do all kinds of different things. This was a paper doll, and then I drew the face and the hair. And plaid. Whoops. Okay, this... Oops, did I... Oh, here's another. These are real pattern pieces that I put under a clear pink something or other. I don't know where I found it. I hoard paper and stuff like that. But this pattern was for doll clothes, so I thought it was really cute. And again, it's a sewing thing. This is an origami dress. I saw it on Pinterest. And so I messed around and finally figured out how to do an origami dress. And I put lace on it. And then I did some weaving with paper. I love weaving paper strips and book pages and everything. I've done several different art pieces with weaving. Okay, this. I drew this. It turned out pretty good. I do say so myself, but then it's from the back, so I don't have any face. So I don't have to worry about eyes or noses or anything like that. But I love Project Runway. Love it, love it, love it. Well, one of the challenges on Project Runway was to design a red carpet dress. And the ones they designed were crap. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can do better than that. And so I sat there and I sketched it out. And I'm like, oh, that turned out pretty darn good. I can put that in my book, my paper doll book. So that just kind of is an example of some of the stuff that I do. And what I will do on this channel is, excuse me, my eyes are watering. They do that all the time. So, I'll show work in my art journals or if I do other projects. But I've started a different art journal. I'm not real happy with the cover, so I might still do some work on it. But if worse comes to worse, I'll just slap some gesso on it and start over again. But this book here was a class that my sister and I took on Photoshop. And I don't use it anymore. And so when I was cleaning my art room, I came across it and I threw it in the trash. And then I'm like, you know, I might be able to use that. It's, you know, got a nice little spiral thing so it'll lay flat. And so I started gessoing the pages. And then I remembered that I saw a video where they were gluing the pages together and then gessoing them. And I thought, well, that's a great idea because it gives them more strength. So I've got that I'm working on. And then this, I painted this with and glittered it. It's one of these composition books. And I've started gluing the pages together to make them more substantial. But I ran out of glue stick. So I have to make a trip to Walmart and get some glue stick. But I need to do a shout out to the various people that have inspired me on YouTube. Shannon Green, you're wonderful. I love your stuff. I love your little journals that you make. And you made the sewing journal, and I wanted it so bad, and I didn't win it. But that's okay. I'm going to try and make one similar to myself. Also, I love Gina Ahrens and Packer Dye. You three women. Oh, and what's her name? Okay, I had a brain fart. What can I say? Josie, and Guido in Italy, Victor in the Ukraine, who does wonderful things with hardly anything. I mean, he doesn't have the supplies that we have. He does beautiful, shabby chic, everything. And let's see. Okay, there's one more, and I have, Claudia Rossi. These are so talented. These people are so talented, they put me to shame. But every time I watch them, I get totally inspired. I hate watching them in the evening because I want to jump up out of bed and go into my art room and start messing around in my stuff. But you people are wonderful. And whenever I do something that I'm kind of like been inspired by you, I will try to give you credit for that inspiration. So I guess I have to blame you that I can't get anything done now. So because I'm either watching YouTube, I'm watching Pinterest, or I'm messing around in my art room. So my house needs cleaned. I have 2 cats and dogs, so I get these giant dust bunnies, and they're like dust and cat hair and dog hair, and pretty soon you open up a door and they like fly across the room, and it's like, okay, it's time to get the vacuum out. And in my house we consider cat hair in the food a condiment. So what can I say? Pet lovers everywhere, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to end this. I don't want to bore everyone with my chatter, but my next video, I don't know when it will be. I've got to work on my journal and I will videotape it. I have a new, tripod dealie. And so, and I have to confess, this is my second attempt at this video because the first one, I deleted it while I was trying to edit it. So, what can I say? You know, I'm a virgin at YouTube videos, except for one. I have one out there, and it's a skydiving video. I went skydiving on my 60th birthday. I'm 66, so it was 6 years ago. And it was wonderful. It was so much fun. When I try to watch it now, I can't get sound, so I'm still trying to figure out if I did something wrong, and maybe I have to reload it to YouTube or whatever. It might just be, I don't know. I try to watch it on my tablet, and I don't get any sound. So anyway, technically I'm only a semi-virgin, so I didn't take that video. I hired a videographer to jump with me, but it is on YouTube. So this is my first attempt, and I hope that if you're interested in seeing my artwork and seeing me work on some of these things, that you'll subscribe and give me a thumbs up, give me comments, be nice, be gentle. So I want you to all have a very nice day. Peace.